We're going to do this one kind of rapid fire. We got a lot of guys on the list. And just to clear things up, these are the guys I have the most confidence in to go up. So not necessarily every single player that I think will go up, but the ones that if I was a betting man, I would personally put money, or in this case, I guess stubs on. So if there's someone you think's going up, let me know in the comments down below. I just might not feel as strongly about it as you, but we might be able to come to some kind of agreement, you know? All right, here we go. We're not going to waste any more time. Let's go ahead and get straight into things. So starting off with the catcher position, the first guy we have is Nola from the San Diego Padres, who in his last 2 weeks is hitting 296, 459, and 444 with 1 home run and 8 RBIs. He's sitting at a 78 silver right now. If he continues to be consistent and play well, I think he'll hit gold status. I don't think he's going gold quite yet. He hasn't really played amazing, but he's been good. So I think he's going to get a little +1, make him a 79, and put him right on that pathway. Next up, we have Willson Contreras of the Chicago Cubs, who in his last 2 weeks is hitting 342, 444, and 447 with 1 bomb and 5 RBIs. And he's currently sitting at an 82 gold. Another guy who probably won't jump to the next tier, but we all see the talent he has. He's been in the league for years at this point. He's been very good for a long time. And I think if he continues to play consistently, he could be one of the best catchers in all of baseball. And it honestly wouldn't surprise me at all if he was a diamond by the end of the year. Moving on to first base, the first guy we have is Max Muncy, who in his last 2 weeks has just decided to become unstoppable, hitting 487, 574, and 923 with 5 bombs and 9 RBIs. He's an 82 gold right now. That defense is probably holding him back from a diamond, but his hitting is going to go up for sure. I mean, we've always known the guy can swing the shit, but with the way he's been playing, I think he deserves a little upgrade. Next up, we got Miguel Sano, who in the last 2 weeks is also just going stupid. 262, 340, and 762 with 6 home runs and 13 RBIs. And right now, he's only sitting at a 72 overall bronze. And I could definitely see him making that leap to silver very soon. He used to be rated much higher before his, off the field issues, but now it looks like he's back and better than ever. And our last first baseman is Matt Olson, who in his last 2 weeks is hitting 273, 373, and 659 with 5 bombs and 8 RBIs. He could definitely hit diamond. This is one of the guys that I think has the best potential to hit diamond. His defense is great. His bat is very good too. And for him, I think it's a matter of keeping it up to prove he's actually at that level, which in my opinion, I think he is. And I think we're going to see him go to the diamond tier. Moving on to second base, we're starting things off with Adam Frazier, one of the few bright spots on the just bleakness that is the Pittsburgh Pirates, who in his last 2 weeks is hitting 423, 455, and 596 with 1 bomb and 4 RBIs. I could see him making the jump from gold. He's sitting at a 79 silver right now, and with the way he's been playing, all he needs is a slight little bump to make the jump to that gold tier, and I think he's going to get it. And our next second baseman is Jake Cronenworth, who I really thought was going to get upgraded last week, but I guess that just didn't happen. But he's continued his hot hitting in the last 15 days, hitting 375, 423, and 583 with 2 homers and 6 RBIs. He's currently an 80 overall gold, and I don't think he's going to go diamond, but I do think he's going to get a nice bump. I could see him getting a +1 or a +2, so definitely look out for him. Next up, we're going to be moving on to third base, starting things off with Josh Fuentes, who in his last 2 weeks is going stupid. 450, 463, and 850 with 2 home runs and 15 RBIs. And I know, Coors Field, but he's hitting pretty good. He just got a Topps Now card, and he's only a 72 overall bronze, so he's going to get a really nice bump. Next up, we have Austin Riley, who's also just going absolutely crazy in the last 2 weeks, hitting 391, 453, and 891 with 6 homers and 13 RBIs. He's also a 72 overall bronze, and he's also going to get a very nice bump. Both of these last 2 guys are just very underrated overall wise to how they're playing. And our last third baseman is Yoan Moncada, who's finally starting to come into his own a little bit. We knew he was going to be nasty from his time in the minors, but he hasn't really put together a great season yet, or an amazing one, at least. In his last 2 weeks, he's hitting 359, 537, and 487 with 15 walks and 6 RBIs. The power's not quite there yet, but he is a 76 silver, and I don't think he's going to quite go gold, but I could see him getting a little +2 boost. Now moving on to shortstop, we only have one player here, and that's Gleyber Torres, who came back from the COVID list and is just going absolutely ridiculous. In his last week, he's hitting 611, 632, and 833 with a home run and 8 RBIs. He's currently a 78 silver. He's definitely going to become a gold at some point this year. The amount of talent this guy has is insane. I watch him on a daily basis. He got off to a very slow start and is very undervalued right now. I think this could be a potentially great investment. He does have diamond talent. It's just a matter of not trying to hit a home run every at bat, and then the power is going to come naturally for him. And of course, with more games against Baltimore coming, that will also help him very much. Moving on to our outfielders, we're starting things off with former Yankees legend Garrett Cooper, who down in Miami in his last 2 weeks is hitting 385, 455, and 744 with 3 bombs and 9 RBIs. He's a 75 silver right now, so I doubt he's going to go gold. but I do think he's going to get a nice little boost. That bat's been very well this year. Next up, we have Jesse Winker, who did get upgraded last time they had an update, but he just keeps going even harder. In his last 2 weeks, 357, 400, 786, 7 home runs and 11 RBIs. I feel pretty strongly that he's going to end up going gold. I think that power is going to get another little boost because he's just been going absolutely fucking ridiculous lately. So I would load up on him. Next up, we have Teoscar Hernandez, who in his last 2 weeks is hitting 417, 481, and 667 with 3 home runs and 11 RBIs. I've always liked him as a player. He has really nice talent. He's an 81 gold right now. I don't quite think he's going diamond, but I do think he's going to get a nice little +1 or +2. And hey, you never know. Could go diamond eventually. Next up, Ian Happ. Last 2 weeks, 324, 378, 765 with 4 bombs and 7 RBIs. He's currently a 75 silver right now. I could see him going to gold at some point this year if he continues to hit like this. He was a pretty highly rated prospect in the minors, and he's still very young too. So if he continues to hit at this level, at some point I do believe he will go gold. Not this update, somewhere down the line, but I do think he'll be getting something this week as well. Next up, we have Kyle Schwarber, who's starting to show off that insane pop we all know him for once again. In his last 2 weeks, he's hitting 306, 433, and 653 with 5 home runs and 13 RBIs. And surprisingly, he's only a 72 overall. I get that he's not the best defensive player, but I wasn't expecting him to be that, mid. I think he's going to get a nice little +4 or something around there this week. I could even see him making the hop to silver. I just feel like 72 isn't a great indicator of Kyle Schwarber's talent as a player, especially with the way he's been playing recently. And the last outfielder we have is Odubel Herrera, the 2016 Phillies legend. Missed quite a bit of time due to, off the field things we won't get into. But he is playing well once again. In his last 2 weeks, 390, 480, and 585 with 1 home run and 4 RBIs. He's only a 69 overall. I think he's going to get a nice respectable upgrade, +5 around there, because he's not great, but the guy has talent. Even if he's not the best person, I do think he's going to get a nice little bump. And I've seen him so many times in person, I might have a little bias towards the dude. 2016 to 2018 Phillies, I was in that stadium rather often. Shout out, Co. All right, moving on to our starting pitchers. We have Hinge Ryu to start things off, who continues to just be absolutely disgusting. In his last 2 weeks, 20 2/3 innings pitched, a 1.31 ERA, 20 strikeouts to 2 walks, a 0.92 whip, and a 224 opponent average. He has diamond potential. He's been absolutely disgusting like 3 years in a row. Last year with the Blue Jays, of course. 2019 with the Dodgers, did very well. And he's off to a good start here in 2021 as well. And if he continues, I don't see why he's not at least an 85 by now. The guy has shown he can pitch in different leagues, different divisions, against multiple opponents. So he's starting to earn that little diamond status there. And next up, we have Max Fried, or as I like to call him, Maximum Fried, who in his last 2 weeks, 19 innings pitched, a 1.42 ERA, 14 strikes to 8 walks, a 169 opponent average. He's an 81 gold. I don't think he's going diamond, but I do think he's going to get a +1, maybe a +2. Still very young, still has a lot of talent, and throughout the year, I think we'll see him come more into his own and continue the early success that he's had so far. And finally, moving things on to our relief pitchers, we have 3 gentlemen right here. Starting things off with Steve Shek, one of the most annoying pitchers to face in MLB The Show, who's just dominated the last 2 weeks. In 8 games, he has 9 1/3 innings pitched, no earned runs, 10 strikeouts to 1 walk, a 0.43 whip, and a 100 opponent average. He's only a 71 bronze. I could see him getting a +4 or a +5 because he's pitching quite a bit better than a 71 overall right now. Our next guy, Daniel Hudson, has also been in the league for quite some time, and he's been money so far in 2021. 17 innings pitched, a 1.06 ERA, 25 strikeouts to 5 walks, a 371 ERA plus, and a 0.647 whip. Also, only a 71 overall. I think he's going to get a nice bump. He's been absolutely cash money this year, and he definitely deserves it. And our final player and final reliever is Zach Little from the San Francisco Giants. I'm not sure if it's Little or Littell. I have no idea. My bad, dude. He's a young reliever putting in some work for San Francisco on the year. 10 2/3 innings pitched, a 0.84 ERA, and a 4.67 ERA plus. He's only a 63 overall. He's probably going bronze in my opinion. 63 overall for the way he's been pitching. Very undervalued. Not the best investment if you want to make like hella stubs, but I definitely think he's going up, and that counts for something. although he's not the highest overall. And that's all the players I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content. I promise I got more stuff coming soon. I just gotta stop being lazy. That's on me. My bad. Let me know in the comments down below, who do you think is getting upgraded in this week's roster update? Share the love with your brothers. Let's all make some digital MLB The Show currency. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I love all y'all, and I'm out. Peace. What's going on, guys? Lazarus here, back with another MLB The Show video. And in this one, we're doing another roster update prediction.